What's good, money getters? What's good, everybody? I have a great lineup for you guys tonight. I'm telling you, you're going to want to stay to the end. Y'all, tonight we are talking about female rap. And is female rap here to stay? Let's talk about it. I got Cardi B lined up. I have some Doja Cat tea, some YK Niece and Bunna B and Pluto T. We're going to talk about all the latest goings on in the female rap sector, okay? So everybody come on in. I'm having a good day. I had a lot to take care of. That's why I came online late tonight. Um, I had to give me a little breaky break in. I've been commuting all day. I had some things to take care of with my J.O. busy. But now I am home. I have ate dinner. I am relaxed. And I'm ready to give y'all what y'all want. Okay. I couldn't decide. I had a lot to talk about this week. And I'm still going to talk about it. I think I asked you guys if you guys wanted me to talk about Cardi B's rollout, or if you guys wanted me to talk about who else did I have lined up. Let me see, because I know I had something else going on. It's a lot. I had Cardi B in mind, or if you want to hear about Drea and Jalen Green, and that kind of came and went. But I'm still going to talk about Jalen Green and Drea Michelle because those two, yeah, it's a lot with that. It really is. I just can't wrap my head around it. I know why she would do it. I know why she would find Jalen attractive. He has money. He has money. He's a basketball star. And the way things look, it looks like she's not trying to come up off of him. But we'll be talking about that soon enough, or maybe tomorrow. I also have lined up the queens of R&B. The queens, you guys. The queens are the living queens. The living legends are Stephanie Mills, Patti LaBelle, Shaka Khan. They're all out touring right now. And they just did a show on, well, they did an interview on the Breakfast Club, and I was very impressed. Um, they've always been class acts in my opinion, but I just want to talk about femininity and looking up to our elders and learning something from them because they have so much to offer. Um, as well as I had a Peach McIntyre live that I was gonna do, but I want to keep it mixed up over here. I'm trying to build my audience as well as stay in that algorithm and all of that. So I thank you guys for coming in and hitting the like button. That's definitely a help. But also, I want to give everybody a variety. I don't know what this channel is over here. It's some of everything. It's my life. It's my opinions, and you guys seem to like when I give my opinions, so I'm going to give you more of that. I don't know if I branch this channel off into other things. I have a secondary channel. It's in its infancy stages, okay? It's still being birthed, okay? It's still in the womb. That's how small it is. It's like 23 people over there. Last time I checked, let me see, as a matter of fact, what's going on over there. I've been posting a few shorts. I had some videos up. And if you guys want to check it out, go to my homepage and scroll to the very bottom. You'll see the link, or you'll see my page, The Emotional Intellect. I'm going to be posting more so motivational, inspirational, and um, mindset type of videos over there. Right now I'm at 23 subscribers. I need 50 subscribers to go live. So if you guys want to check out my channel, The Emotional Intellect, go ahead and scroll down to the bottom of my home page and you will see the link there, and you can subscribe there as well. I have some things I want to get started over there as well, but I got a lot on my plate. I have so many ideals and so many different things, so many things I want to create. Right now, I'm heavily focused on getting this YouTube off the ground. I've been working at this YouTube for over 2 years. We're going into our third year. But so we'll see. But let me see who's in the chat with me. I see Dustin. Welcome, Dustin. Thanks for coming in. I saw that you hit that like button. I love when the money getters come in. Well, I don't know. Are you a money getter, Dustin? Are you subscribed to my channel? Well, if you're over here listening, then you are a money getter for sure, or a soon to be money getter. I'll still claim you. Even if you don't subscribe, I still got you. I'll claim you. But thank you guys. I appreciate you so much for hitting that like button. I appreciate you guys for tuning in and hearing my opinion on the goings on. Okay, that's what's up. Also, I cannot forget the replay gang. Thank you guys as well for tuning in and checking out your girl. I really do appreciate that because it's like the live has already happened and it's a little different when you come on the replay because you can't ask questions or give your opinions live, right? So it's a little bit different. And then sometimes if I'm talking to somebody in the chat, it might be a little different. So I try to stay ahead of those things. And I don't really like to talk too much to the chat because I know people want to hear what I have to say or whatever. But Cancer 66, hey, thanks for tuning in. You're going to be in the bushes tonight because you're not feeling well. I appreciate it, Cancer 66. I appreciate the listens too, as well as the engagement. I know sometimes I'm listening and I'm tuned in, but I'm doing other things. So I at least want to be able to support who is ever on live, right? But I will still be like creating content, like I'm editing some content. Like sometimes I'll grab my phone or turn somebody on my TV, and then I'll just be editing my content and listening in the background. But I'll add a question here or engagement here, especially if I'm listening and somebody has something that is really like funny or cool, or they said something that was just like, okay, let me comment. So, yes, let's get into tonight's show. Is female rap here to stay? Well, that depends on who you ask. I will say that it has made a lot of headway. Um, the females are really sticking it out in there, right? Because female rap has always been a little, shall I say, male centered, right? Um, at the beginning of female rap, you had Roxanne Shante, and she was kind of like, battling the guys. And then you had MC Light, Salt and Pepper. MC Light was, she gave more male identified, from her style and her flow. But she was also, talking to the ladies. I liked MC Light. I still love MC Light. My top five female rappers, I'm going to give my top five. If you guys would like to give the top female rappers that you enjoy, you can also post that in the comments. And we can discuss. But my top five female rappers, Little Kim, Da Brat, MC Light, um, I would say Lauryn Hill, but Lauryn Hill is more of a singer to me. Um, but it's like you can't really talk about female rap without including Lauryn Hill, right? So I'm going to put Lauryn Hill there as well. And then I need one more person who I just think is out of this world. Um, so I said Little Kim. Did I say Nicki Minaj? I said Little Kim, Da Brat, MC Light, Lauryn Hill. Wait a minute. Wait. Okay, let me do it again. Last time, I got it this time. Little Kim, Da Brat, MC Light, Lauryn Hill, Nicki Minaj. And here's why. I go based on the flow, amount of longevity, their impact in female rap, and their influence on other female rappers. That's what I go by. Plus, how they said, how their flow is. That means a lot to me. Like, it's one thing to rap and just spit lyrics, but it's like, how do you manipulate the words? I'm a wordsmith. I'm an author. By the way, number one, first of all, I'm an author. And so I like words, and I like hearing how they come out of people's mouth. I like hearing language, different languages, right? I love to hear people speak and hear how they sound when they speak. I love if somebody sounds intelligent and can just really, if they really just know their way around words, right? I often stumble because I think too fast. So that's really important to me, to be well spoken as well written and well read, right? So I can tell if you are, um, by the way you rap as a female, right? And a lot of people want to give Cardi B a lot of credit, but Cardi B, and now that she's on her rollout, she's been saying that she's been writing and she just writes things down. But I don't believe that, Cardi B. I believe you might take ideals from other people and write those down. And she mentioned that she'll ask her friend Cardi Party, what does he think about it. But I feel like you write down ideals and you probably write down little phrases, and I believe he helps you put it all together. I don't believe you write songs on your own. I don't believe you even write at all on your own. I believe you guys have a discussion as to what you want to talk about, what you want to say, and he helps you put it into words. And the reason why I say that is because Cardi, her English is not really good. She doesn't speak really well. And from the way I can imagine that she speaks one way and writes a different way. Well, I write way different than I speak, if I'm being honest. If I write something professionally, it's going to sound different. And plus, I can edit what I write. So that's something different. Yes, Little Kim and Debrat and Lauryn Hill are true legends. Absolutely, Cancer 66. We're definitely in agreement there. Moving on from Cardi B, I just don't put her nowhere at the top, and I feel like she's a plant. I feel like she's manufactured, and what I mean by that is a lot of money has been put into making Cardi the star that she is. I don't believe that she has raw talent, say like Lauryn Hill or Debrat. I don't believe that she's a lyricist. I don't believe that she even has the passion for hip hop music the way Nicki Minaj does, or even Megan Thee Stallion. I feel like they work really hard at putting good music out there. You can hear it. Like Megan Thee Stallion, I would put her not at one of my top fives because I don't feel like she's had. I don't believe she has an impact like that. Her music hasn't sold a lot, and although she puts on a good performance and she does have a great sound, her when I say great sound, I mean she does have great lyrics. Her music doesn't really resonate with the public like the other ladies are right now. I think the twerking is what kind of keeps her at the forefront of the rap game, and that's about it. You know what I mean? So yeah, but right now I check the Billboard charts. I'm always checking the Billboard charts to see if my favorite artists, if they've made it to the chart, and to also see who else is on there. We have a lot of pop on the charts right now. Pop is making a big wave. Country music is making a big wave. Kendrick and Drake, staples on the Billboard chart, continue to be there. Um, Gunna, he has a song on the charts, and really, there's not a lot of rap on the charts right now, which is kind of concerning, right? Male or female, there's not a lot of rap out on the charts. Last year, Kendrick ruled the charts. You had a lot of Future on there. He was on the charts for a long time. And even Glorilla, she was on there. Right now, you have Doja Cat at 50. Some people call her a rapper, some people call her a pop artist. I think she's both. I think she's like Nicki. And Lauryn Hill, she doesn't ever get those type of uh, critics that's the type of criticism. Lauryn Hill was definitely an R&B artist. She was a singer, is a singer, right? Lauryn Hill sings and she raps. But you never hear people say, no, Lauryn is a singer. Doja Cat sings and she raps. Doja Cat is an excellent lyricist. In my opinion, I think she does really well, but I think that she doesn't get the same type of acclaim as Nicki Minaj, who is also a pop singer and a rapper. Okay, but Nicki has definitely had a lot. Came out with rap. Nicki came out as a rapper. Nicki has a lot of hard hitting, impactful songs with the big rappers like Jay-Z, Eminem, Lil Wayne, Drake. So it's a little different for Doja Cat because she doesn't have that. She doesn't have that cosign from male rappers like Nicki does. So I guess that may be it. And then Lauryn Hill, obviously, when she was big in the 90s, she was on songs with the Fugees. She came out with them, and they rapped, and then she would sing, for different hooks and things like that. So it's a little different from Doja Cat. So I guess you know, with Doja Cat's first big song being a pop song, she kind of leans towards pop more. But I think Doja Cat, she's pretty good at what she does. But she's number 50 right now on Billboard, and um, who was it? I think Glorilla's at 99, and then you have Cardi B at 91. That's really dismal compared to last year, where I think Glorilla, she had about two or three songs at the same time on the Billboard charts. She didn't really chart that high, but she stayed consistent all throughout the year. So Charlemagne was saying that he feels like Glorilla is a contender for the second spot of the Queen of Rap after Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj sold over 200,000 hard copies of her album. Was it hard copies or or total units? But she sold. She was like probably the only one who sold over 100,000, over 200,000 in recent years. Everybody else was selling 25K, 27K. So it's hard to say, is female rap here to stay? Put a one in the chat if you think female rap is here to stay. Put a two in the chat if you think it's on its way out the door. Hey, Mama Three, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you for stopping by. I haven't really been on YouTube too much today. I did upload a few shorts, just to keep myself in the algo. A lot of people say Missy is the greatest of all time, Glizzy. Thanks for stopping by the way. And thank you all for hitting the like button when you came in. I appreciate that. Glizzy, I agree that Missy is definitely a legend, but I like Missy more as an R&B artist. Missy does rap. Now, a lot of singers also rap. Chris Brown raps. But do we put Chris Brown in the hip hop category? No. We put Chris Brown in the R&B category, right? So I think that Missy Elliott would probably be better suited to call her an R&B star. Missy Elliott, she gets off with her pen, no matter where she's at, whether it's writing lyrics for her rhymes and her hip hop, or writing songs for herself and singers. And she'll say, "Oh, I can't really sing," because she likes to play it down. But Missy, I like her as a singer and a songwriter and a producer. I love her there. And she's definitely, like I said, a legend. She dances, she sings, she raps, she does it all. So she can definitely not be downplayed. Very much an icon, but rapper, um, I don't know. I wouldn't put her as a rapper. Um, the same way I wouldn't put Chris Brown as a rapper. And who else do we know that sings and raps? I mean, it's always hard, right? Especially because I'll be sounding hypocritical because last year when Chris Brown and Quavo had their little 10-second beef, Chris Brown kind of like blew Quavo out the water, right, with his rhyme. So yeah, Miss often fooled us into thinking she was the one singing, but it was someone else on the track. No, Missy Elliott definitely sung, but she probably had background vocals. Uh, she's singing on a lot of her albums. She's singing on 1 Minute Man. Missy came out as a singer with her group Sister. They were an offshoot of one of Devontae Swing's artists. Devontae Swing was nothing to play with. Listen, Devontae Swing of Jodeci fame was he had Missy Elliott and three other girls in the group. He had Genuine. He had Jodeci. He was producing. He also had, I think, Tweet was also one of his people. He had Playa. He had all of them, but they never really did anything because he didn't have the business acumen and he had the right ideal, but they never got off where they needed to get to. But he definitely had an ear for talent or an eye for talent, whatever you want to say. But um, I want to say that was Timberland one of his artists. I'm not sure, but I know it was definitely Missy, Genuine, and that group Playa. I think. I don't want to misspeak. I don't want to speak. But Missy was definitely singing on a lot of those tracks. She's also singing on a lot of tracks for other people too. That was definitely her, if you know her voice. See, you guys, I don't know how old you are, but today we don't get the CDs anymore. Like for the longest time, I stayed buying CDs, and I was probably one of the last dinosaurs to the last CD I bought was Beyonce's uh, her self-titled album that she released December of 2013. Remember that album when she shook the world and just dropped an album out of nowhere? Um, that's the last album I bought, and I only bought it because it was a video album. That's why I bought it, and I probably still had a Blu-ray player at that time. But no, I don't even know if I had like a smart TV back then. Now I have a smart TV. I got YouTube, Netflix, and everything on here. Maybe I had a Blu-ray player that had Netflix on it. This is when Netflix was still like at the beginning stages, like it barely had anything on there, like maybe like a few things, right? So yeah. But now, shoot, you can turn on your TV and listen to music. You can turn on your phone and, you know, cars have Bluetooth. You don't need a CD player to that scratching and skipping and all that. You could just go literally type in whatever you want to listen to and you can listen to it. And if you pay for a subscription, you don't have to listen to commercials. So, yeah. But let me get back to my thought. Back in the day when we still had Music Warehouse, when we still had Blockbuster and all of that, right? I would buy CDs and I would the first thing I would do before I really even listened to the album, I would cut it open, find me a fork or a knife or scissors or whatever to rip it open because they had got to the point where they start putting that security tape on the CD, so they were so difficult to open up. So I would just like be trying to open up the CD, and then I would get it open, and then I would take the insert out, and then go right to the credits. Who produced what? Who wrote what? Who's on the backgrounds? All of that, and that's how I would decide which song I was going to go to first. So I got very good at noticing and recognizing even unknown artists. Like you could be an unknown artist and I would know, okay, that's so and so on backgrounds because I could hear it. I hear the instruments playing, I hear the backgrounds, I hear the layers, I hear the different stacks, how they stack their sound. So I listen for all that. I don't just hear music, I listen to music. So I know who's on the background and I know who sings their own backgrounds. I know who has somebody singing under them, all of that. So um, Missy Elliott is definitely a singer and not a rapper, just to go back to that. But yes, you guys didn't answer. One in the chat if female rap is here to stay. Two if female rap is on its way out the door. Weigh in. I'm trying to get a poll going. I'm trying to see where you guys are at, or if you even care. Are you interested in female rap or what? I am. I am. I love music of all genres. I love good music. Um, you think it's here to stay, Cancer 66? I think you're right. In the 90s, we had Little Kim and we had the Brat, we had Foxy Brown, and then in the 2000s, and then Trina kind of came in there, right? She was kind of doing her thing for a bit. But it seems like we had Eve. We had Eve. She had her own cycle, right? It was just Eve out there. And then after Eve, it was Nicki Minaj. It's like we only were able to have one girl out at a time, or maybe two, and one was bigger than the other, and the other one was kind of like trying to compete with the number one. But we've never really had as many girls on the charts as we do right now, right? And we've never had, at one point in recent years, it looked like the females were outdoing the males. And I would say that was from the time, um, I want to say from like, especially around the pandemic from 2020, and I want to say to around 2023, you had City Girls out, Latto, Megan the Stallion, you had Cardi B, Saweetie, you had um, Cardi B. I already said her. So many people. Then when they had their wave, then here comes Ice Spice. So and then you have a lot of other female acts on the peripheral, right? 59. So I also appreciate a variety of good music. Absolutely. I was born in the 70s. I came up in the 80s and 90s. So hip hop was definitely right there in R&B. Then plus we have pop with Madonna, Michael Jackson, and I listen to a lot of soft rock, punk rock. I mean, been able to listen to anything if it sounds good and I can sing along to it. It has a nice um, music or a nice beat to go along with it. Then I'm cool. I can listen to it all. You know, absolutely. Um, but yeah, let's move on to Cardi B's rollout. Cardi B is out doing her thing. Her album, Am I the Drama, it comes out this Friday, Thursday at 9 to be exact. But I still don't know why they say Friday. I guess because it's released after midnight, but if you're on the West Coast, it's about 9 o'clock for you. Um, but Cardi B's coming back. And she wants to sell that album. She's not making any bones about it. She's practically begging her fans to buy her album. She's using the single mother ploy. She's literally out on the streets in rat infested subways. I mean, everywhere, everywhere. She had a pop up. A lot of people showed up to that. She's out here like she just got in the business. And I think that's really how you should be. I don't think that artists should take it for granted that their fans will buy their music. I feel like they should work for those sales. And by work for it, I mean like show up. Like don't just post like Beyonce likes to just post, okay, my album's out. And then after the album sells for a little bit and she has it out. Her albums to me, Beyonce, her albums are really promotions for her concerts. Cause she probably figures, you know what? I'm not gonna make any money doing any videos. She said they're using the excuse now. I want people to listen to the music. I want people to be able to hear the music. Get out of here with that. Get out of here with that. We've all grown up on visuals, but but videos are expensive, and when they're not really making money for putting those videos out, and they're not making a lot of money from streams, because let's face it, people aren't buying physical copies like they used to buy them. So if you're not going to buy my album and support my album, which is what it used to be, I put out a few singles, I put out a few videos, and then when my album comes out, you go support me by buying that album. And when you buy the album and listen to the album, then you come out and support me at a tour. But that's not happening. Like with the, with streaming out, the business game has changed. And now everybody's going out on tour. Everybody. I don't care how big or small they are. They'll do a theater, they'll do a club tour, they'll do a something, but they're going to tour because that's the only way they can make money. And why spend money on the videos if the videos aren't going to make money? So, I like the videos. I like that Cardi still does videos because some people do videos because they feel like it helps sell the music. But some people have come to realize that it doesn't matter if I do a video or not. My music is going to just sell what it sells. But yeah, she's out making all the stops. She's done several interviews already. Cardi has had a couple of, I think she's had a Harper's Bazaar magazine cover recently. She's had a Billboard magazine cover recently. She's been at a Billboard event. She's been at an event for Raising Cane's Chicken. I mean, she's just out here hugging people. And I mean, what is it called? Hugging mamas and kissing babies, whatever they say. She's right. It feels like she's on the chitlin circuit. But, obviously, well above that. She's been on the Today Show. Today, she was on the Today Show. She did a sit-down interview with Kelly Rowland, which I feel like was just just super ghetto. Kelly was looking at her like, I can't believe you said that. I can't believe Kelly Rowland did the interview. Like, I guess she needs some money, but um, yeah. So I'm sure she'll be making a few more stops today. Cardi B announced her first tour. Second album, first tour. That's another thing. You can't be the queen of hip hop and you haven't toured or anything. And it's going to be stateside. She's not going overseas. I don't know if Cardi has a lot of overseas fans, which I find surprising. Why not go to Puerto Rico or DR? I would feel like she has fans over there. I would feel like she has fans in the Latin community. One of her biggest hits was I Like It, which was in Spanish. Looks like she has another song she's about to drop, Bodega Batty, which is heavily Spanish influenced. So I would think that she would have fans in Latino countries, and that she would make a stop there. But perhaps she will. These artists nowadays are notorious for putting out a tour stop list and then coming back and adding more dates. Right now, she has about 30 stops, and I don't know if she's pregnant or not. But her last baby she carried small, so she looks like she's round in the middle. I'm thinking that she's probably supposed to drop before her tour if she is in fact pregnant like I think. I think she will be stopping I think she will be having that baby before the year is out. I'm thinking like a December baby. That's what I believe. And then she'll be able, she says she's going to be practicing though every day. So who knows? Who knows? It's really her business. It's really not my business, but she puts her business out there for the world to comment on. So we're commenting on it. She does to tell her business. So that's what we're gonna do. React and comment on it. So what do you guys think about Cardi B's rollout so far? Are you excited for her upcoming album? How well do you think it will do? Um, let's see. Let's take a look. Predictions. Let me see. Predictions for Cardi B's album, Am I the Drama? Okay, so some analysts are predicting first week sales to be around 200,000 units. while some are saying her album could be the biggest yet, given the extensive features and established hits integrated into the projects. Now, she is putting WAP with Megan Thee Stallion on her album, and also, uh, what's the other one? Up, I think. If it's Up, then it's Stuck. I think that's what the ones that are going to be on there. And those were her last hits. Yeah, Up and WAP. And here's the features that she has on her album. I wasn't excited about the features on her album either. Like most of the people that she's featuring, she's already done a song with, and they were okay. But her featured artists on the album are Cash Cobain. I see he has a song with Drake that just entered the Billboard charts. But I don't know who Cash Cobain is. I mean, I feel like it's always some new artist coming out, and I don't know who they are. She has Summer Walker. We've heard her do a song with Summer Walker before, and it was Boo Boo. Megan Thee Stallion, she's done WAP and bongos with. Um, you've done a few songs with Megan. It's like now it feels like you're beginning to, rely on Megan, but Megan hasn't sold a lot of albums, and she has a song with Lizzo. I didn't like her song with Lizzo. She has a song with Kalani. Now, I did like Ring. That was one of the only songs I really listened to on her album, and that's because it was on the radio a lot. But I like that you don't hit my line no more. Uh oh, you don't make it rain, 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 rain. I like that song. I really did like Ring. I'm not even gonna lie. I liked Bodak Yellow, obviously. That was a major hit for Cardi, but um, I liked Enough last year. I did like Enough. I'm not gonna lie. I liked Enough. But that's it. I didn't like a lot of what Cardi's been dropping. You know, as we waited for 7 years for her for this album to finally come out. The most surprising person that's on her album, because she has a song with Tyler. I have been hearing about that. Um, Selena Gomez. That's kind of like, well, why would you have Selena Gomez on there? Like, I don't understand. Um, other than having some Selena's fan base listen to the song. Janet Jackson. I'm interested to hear Cardi's album to begin with, but I want to hear what she and Janet did together. Um, I want to hear the whole album at least once and see how I feel about it, just to give you all a review. I'll be doing a review of Cardi's album, so look forward to that. I'll do it Saturday. Sometime Saturday, I'll do a review of the album. So this will be like my first review of an album. But I'm going to do a review of Cardi B's album and see how you guys like that. So look forward to that on Saturday. I'll post the time and everything on my community wall. The thing with Cardi, her fans will make her win because they do dances and stuff to her music. So it starts trending more. I believe that Mama 3, all of her songs, they go TikTok viral at least. Um, and I'm sure that she's gonna have a number one album. I feel like she's gonna sell. If I go by what other people have sold, Kendrick was hot last year. Kendrick was hot. He had just went up against Drake, and he was all over the Billboard charts. All over Billboard. He's still on the charts. He still has a song that's been on the charts since last year that's number 26. Um, so a lot of people were looking forward to his album. And he did less than 250K. Let me see. Um, let's see how much. Okay, GNX sold. Okay, it sold 319,000. to 324,000. It did pretty good. But people were expecting him to do like 450,000, right? But GNX, it did okay. Yes, the pajama party is still happening. That is Saturday. Shoot, I almost forgot. I got to start promoting that a little bit more. Oops. Well, I'll do Cardi B's live probably Sunday. No, I can't do that on the Lord's Day. I'll do it one day next week. Thanks for reminding me, Mama 3. Let me get to promoting it. Let me put that on my calendar because I haven't said anything else about it in a couple of days. And I want to probably promote it. What's tomorrow? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I'm going to do a promote every day. I already got my PJs. Did you get your pajamas already, Mama 3? Um, I might put something on there too. Right now, let me put something on my community wall. Shoot. You know, you got to keep people remembering these things because we all have such short attention spans, don't we? But most definitely, I'm going to be doing it. I can't wait. I cannot wait. So much has been going on. Life is moving so fast. So I often forget, unfortunately. Unless I put these days, I had to put everything on my calendar, or I really forget. I really forget. Okay. All right, this is a cute little photo right here. I'll download it and use it. But back to the Cardi B album. I'm looking forward to hearing it. If for nothing else but to hate on it. No, I'm not gonna hate on it. But to make a comparison to see how she does. I'm interested to listen to it and give my critique on it. I know she'll have a few songs on there that I like. Um, I like Cardi B as an artist. I don't just love her as an artist, but I always say if I had a choice. Well, today I was with my niece. We were in the car for like several hours. I love my niece. Shout out to my niece. And we were talking about that. I was looking on my phone and I saw that Cardi had had revealed that she's going to have a concert in February that kicks off in February. And we were talking about who we would want to go see. And I was like, well, I think I would want to go see Cardi over Nicki Minaj. I feel like Cardi would be more entertaining. But then I thought about it, and my niece said, well, I feel like Nicki Minaj would have more songs that I could rap along to. And I was like, you were absolutely right. If I think about who has the better music, it's going to be Nicki Minaj every time. So, and I don't really know what Cardi can do as an artist. I don't know. I guess we'll see. February is, such a small amount of time away. We'll be there in February before we know it. But what do you guys think? Will Cardi sell more than 200,000 the first week? How much do you think she will sell? Do you guys think she's gonna do 300K? What are your predictions? I'm saying definitely over 100K. I definitely don't think she's going to be like a mulatto. I mean, excuse me, like a Latto or a Glorilla. And we have to realize Glorilla did really well last year and still only sold 69,000. Megan had a number one. She was beefing with Nicki Minaj, and they're saying that Megan is top three. Megan only did 60 something thousand, or maybe it was 40,000, 49,000. She had a very low amount, but Megan and Glorilla are not at the status of Cardi B. Cardi B is everywhere right now. Megan and Cardi, and excuse me, Glorilla, they did not have the same rollout as Cardi B. Cardi B on is in on the all the top spots she's hitting. She's been on Jennifer Hudson's show this week. She's got an upcoming interview with Gayle King. 150 plus, I think so. I think about 200K. I think about 200. And I'll be surprised if she doesn't get that far. But I'm thinking certainly around 200. But I definitely don't think it's going to be 300K. If it is, I'm shocked and I'm surprised if it's 300K. And if she does get it, I'll come on here and eat crow and let you guys know. I will crown her as a new queen of rap. I will on my show. I will say she is the queen of rap. Give her her things. I would definitely say that. I won't like it, but I would definitely give her her things because she's been gone away from the scene for about what? People say 10 years, almost 10 years. Well, honestly, it's been about 7.5 years since she's had a full album, but still, this whole time, Cardi's been releasing songs. She's had two number ones after her album. She's had several successful guest appearances, and she stays on the internet with the drama. She stays coming to the internet talking about her life, crying, whatever. She's had a few babies, so she gives the people lots to talk about, you know. So yeah, I'm interested to see what she has coming out. Today is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So now next, let's talk about Latto and Ice Spice. Have you all heard their new No Matter What, I'm Proud She Made It Out the Hood, even though she's never too far from it? Yeah, she just did something at a bodega, a pop up, and she was saying how she couldn't believe how many people came out for her. I don't know why she would think that because Cardi's a huge star. Cardi's an A-list star. Oh yeah, she was also at Fashion Week with her daughter Culture, and Culture is a trip. I was gonna do a live about when I asked the other day if you guys wanted a live on Culture. I mean on Cardi B. I posted a picture of her and of she and Culture, and I also asked if you guys wanted to talk about Drea and the tea with her and her baby daddy slash little boy toy. But I also was going to talk about how Cardi's daughter Culture is seems to be very spoiled. My kids are spoiled too, so I don't want to talk. They've always been spoiled brats. All of them still are. And but she just seems like she's one of those rich kids that is being given a lot and doesn't really have any limits. And like you said, she made it out the hood. A lot of us who grew up, who were born in the 70s and 80s, we know what it's like to, struggle somewhat because, and we all have the same struggles. That's why people say, remember when we used to drink sugar water? Remember when we used to eat sugar and butter on bread or make toast? Or remember when we did this? Because we all had the same lives back then. Even middle class people were living, with small portions or whatever. And on 125th Street, Harlem promoting. She was over there as well. We just didn't have a lot. But now I feel like in 2025, even the poorest of us is doing way better than people were doing in the 80s and 90s, especially people of color. We struggled. We had it hard. And that's why I can't believe when politicians and people on the right say, oh, if you do this or if you do that, quit blaming people and pull yourself up by your bootstraps. People of color have been doing that since they stepped foot on over here, since the slavery days, So we are doing better as a people. And I'm getting off the topic, off the subject. Cardi B, good luck on your album release, but I was going to do like I said, a live about her parenting and how Culture seems like a little busybody. She's always in the background, making smart comments, which is why if you have young children, you really want to take into consideration if you really want to go live with them because who knows what they might say or what they might do, right? So yeah, but Culture was really giving her the business. And Cardi tried to play it off, but she was annoyed. And then Wave kept begging for a toy. And she said, "Babe, you just had a birthday. Uh-uh. On and you just got all these toys. What about the toys you already had?" And he was just whining for toys. My kids used to do that same thing. But I know Cardi's kids get lots and lots and lots of toys. She is giving culture too much too soon. I actually like the way the Kardashians babies are growing up minus North. Yeah, North is just like, but that's the way Chris Jenner did with her girl. She allowed them to grow up too fast and to do different things. And then you see this, you've seen it with Kim, you've seen it with Kylie. Kylie was 17 already getting plastic surgery. And you could best believe they're going to be tweaking and doing different things to North. And Kanye is going to have a fit about it. But she's going to be, you know, watch and see. Yeah, these kids get bored fast. And then when, you're an entertainer and a celebrity, I notice a lot with their kids. Their kids, I've seen a lot. Keisha Cole. I'm not gonna say who. I'm not gonna say who. I already halfway said it, but you'll see a lot of their kids getting into trouble. Some of their young kids will be extremely overweight, and I think that's because their parents are off on the road and they're leaving them home with relatives, and the kids may be lonely, missing their parents, and so they're getting into trouble, or they're overeating, playing video games, and they give their kids the world, but they don't give the kids them. Um, Cardi was out in Paris for 2 weeks, and then she came back home, was with her kids for 2 or 3 days, and did Culture's birthday party, and then right away, she was with her boyfriend for another week. So it's like, okay, your kids aren't really seeing you, and you're giving them all these things, but kids want you. That's at least what I hear kids saying. Well, I didn't want all that stuff. I'd rather have you around. So yeah, but I didn't want to do the live. I talked about it a little bit right now, but I didn't want to do the live. I didn't want to really discuss somebody's parenting because there's no such thing as a perfect parent. I know I'm certainly not a perfect parent. I do the best I can and pray to God to help me for the rest. So I didn't want to talk about kids like that. But yeah, moving on from Cardi and going on to Ice Spice and going off to Ice Spice and Latto's new track. I didn't see it on I didn't see it on Billboard. I guess it didn't make it to Billboard. I'm not shocked. I watched the video. I saw a lot of twerking, and that was it. Hey Giselle, you ready for Am I the Drama? I think we all are ready. We're all ready to see what Cardi's been working on. Haters are ready, her fans are ready. I feel like everybody is wanting to see exactly what does she have to offer. We want to see. I think if nothing but curiosity alone, she's gonna sell a lot of tracks because she's gonna get all of those streams from people just being curious to see, okay, what is this album about? I know I'm looking forward to seeing. I'm looking forward to hearing the full Bodega Baddie. I'm a little ambivalent about that one. I want to hear the whole song. I want to. I bet you she has a video. She's gonna drop a video for Bodega Baddie. I guarantee you she is. Well, I can't guarantee that, but what debuted with 17K streams? Oh, Gat. I watched that video like one time just to see and hear what they had going on. It was a lot of twerking and a lot of nonsense. I didn't watch that video again, and I didn't listen to the song again. 17K streams. How do you get 17K streams? Like that's I don't believe that, Giselle. I don't believe that because they had like a million views just off YouTube alone. So they had more than 17K streams. Let me look it up. Let me look it up. You made that up, Giselle. Let's see. Let me see. Let me ask Google. How did Latto and shoot? Let me zoom that over. What's that girl's name? I'm so uninterested in these two. How did Ice Spice and Lotto's Gap do on the charts? Okay, let me see. Uh, it says okay. I don't see anything. Nobody's even talking about it. I don't know. Let's see. Ice Spice, Lotto, got. No, I can't even spell that right. Get. What is that? Get. Get. Okay. Let me see. Which cell am I supposed to use? SELLSSALES. I don't know. It's oh. It said it's girl, you didn't never lie, Giselle. It goes crazy. The chorus is not empty for Bodega Valley We Cheer. It is crazy on Spotify debut day. It debuted with 17K. It says the track got get 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 by Lotto and Ice Spice has reportedly sold 1,919 units in its first week. Wow. Okay. Dang. But somebody leaked it ahead of time too, so we got to give them that. That the track underperformed in both the UK and the US, failing to reach the Billboard. I mean, it just was like, I mean, these girls, some of these girls think all they have to do is look cute and look pretty and just twerk and people will fall at their feet. No, you actually have to put out music that people want to hear. Outside is already go. Outside is like 91 on Billboard, but it's been on Billboard ever since it came out. So I'm not shocked. People liked Outside. I didn't like Outside, Giselle. I didn't like Outside at all. I liked Enough. Enough stayed on the track for a long, I mean, on the charts for a long time last year. It was on the charts for, it came out in what, March or April? And it stayed on the charts for a few months. I loved Enough. I thought, foot on neck, can't breathe. I'm like, what in I love that beat. They was just in my DMs. Ain't no trust in these. I like that song, especially in my car. It was cute. I love it. But I didn't really like Outside. Not gonna lie, I didn't like Outside. Outside sound like something I already heard from Cardi. Um, Maybe with a different beat. I don't know. But I think too what these labels try to do and what these artists try to do, they try to stick with what's working. So I totally get that. But if you're a fan of music and you like hearing good music, you don't want to hear those type of generic commercial songs. That's just not for me. Me either. The video is pretty cool. I actually thought the track that she released before that, like what, I love that video. I think that video for like what was so fire. Cardi gonna come with the looks. Cardi is really gonna come with the looks, and Cardi, um, she's a risk taker. Cardi is gonna say what others won't say. She's going to do what others won't do. She doesn't have, like you said, M3. She came from nothing and rose up out of you know, the hood from the Bronx, and she knows that. She knows that a lot of money has been invested into her, and she's willing to give people what they want. She's willing to give them the drama. She's willing to come out and, diss her husband or whatever. You need the visuals to give enough. The looks for everything. Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing she's gonna do. She's gonna have, those looks that I think perhaps other artists really don't, do. They're not really gonna, and then too, they don't have Colin. She has a stylist that is top notch, a hairstylist that is A1. Everything about Cardi is top notch. She's using the same people that she came on the scene with. She has the same glam team. So they're gonna make sure she always looks her best. These other girls, they probably don't have that type of glam team. You listen to Shower Tears already? Have you heard it already, Giselle? But I'm tripping off of GAT only selling 1,919 units in the first week. I don't know. They went wrong with that. They played that wrong. They should have played the, and that's the whole thing. A lot of people are praising Cardi for getting back out there. I mean, for getting out there, and she has to. She's been gone for 7 years, so she has to give her fans some type of rollout. Nicki didn't give a rollout at all. She had some type of internet stuff, but then she did have a rollout as well. She had her Vogue magazine cover come out. She was basically selling CD and album packages. She had the nails come out. She had the perfume come out. It was just basically a lot of go buy this, go buy this. She also had an MTV hosting, which she wasn't really hosting, but she performed a couple of times on MTV before her album came out. And once the album was released, she did some interviews um, after the release or right around the release. I think it was after the release, I want to say. But she didn't do a whole lot, and then she dropped the tour. Now, maybe that was part of her plan. Like, I'm not going to be seen too much. Because think about it. If you're going on tour and you want people to buy your tickets, you don't want to give out too much before they come to tour. You want them to come to tour and see you and see what you can do. If you give out everything and if you're everywhere, like Cardi is doing, but Cardi has said that they already got a lot of emails and a lot of interest for the concert tour. She said sign up so you can get more info on the tour or when to buy the tickets. And she said they already got a huge response for that. So I think she'll get some sold out dates for sure. She previewed the lyrics in Kelly interview. Oh yeah, I watched that whole interview. I did. I did watch it, and she did talk about it. Like she's already stated several times, Giselle, that she will be getting at some of her haters. That she'll be talking about her husband, Offset. She'll be talking about him, and she'll be getting at those female rappers who were, she said in her mind, in her words, saying that who came for her and who was throwing shots at her. So will she name names? Because if you're not gonna name names and you're gonna keep us guessing, then just keep it. Yeah, people are tuned in for sure, Giselle. But moving on from that, let's talk about Saweetie. And I heard before you came in, Giselle, I was talking about Cardi for quite a bit. So I'm gonna move on from Cardi, and it's not much to talk about. The people about with Ice Spice and um, Latto, the people didn't want it. The people didn't like it. But the video, maybe people just want to see them twerk. Let me see what their video is doing before I move on. I'm gonna give them that. I'm gonna see if their video at least did good. Let's see. Ice Spice, Lotto got, yeah. Oh, it's 6.3 million views. Not bad. That's not bad at all. Let's see the comments, some of the comments in the chat. I never clicked a video so effing fast in my life. It's good to see these two collab. Okay. In my opinion, Ice was the star of this video. The visuals, yes. One of the best 3-hour music videos I've ever seen. What? Honestly, it's a very wholehearted way to squash a beef. Uh, mm, so they got a positive response. I don't see any hating comments on their video, but looks like they did 500K, about 500K a day, a little over that. And it's the number three, the top number three music video. So um, I guess that says something. They didn't make a lot of sales, but the video was doing well. And again, you got Ice Spice with her rear end out twerking, so I think that's probably why people are watching it more so than anything. Millions of views on hit tweets. Hmm. So yeah, let's move on to Saweetie. Uh, Saweetie has always talked about being pretty, pretty privilege, and now she's talking about pretty punishment. What is that? Like, I get what she's saying, but I don't think she's a victim of that. She's definitely someone who has represented, I mean, has been fortunate enough to get by on her looks. You tired of her? I mean, I like that's my type. That's my type. I love that song. All night. Nigga, that's my type. That's my type. That's my type. Yeah. I always thought that she's definitely not an ugly girl. Definitely not an ugly girl for sure. Not ugly. Um, However, there's so many pretty girls. Like you're just like one in a million. It's not like you're the prettiest girl ever, or like you know what I mean? Like you're nice looking. You're all right. You're all right. Um, let's see. Let's listen to what she has to say. I'm gonna let that load up. The EP gave nothing new. um, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of pretty girls in the world. You're not the only pretty one. You're gonna have to bring more than your looks to the table if you want to sell albums and if you want to hold listeners' attention. You can't expect people to say, "Oh, Saweetie is so pretty. Let me go buy her album." That's not gonna happen. She's so pretty, like go make some pretty girl serum and pretty girl some because honey music is not sounding right. Okay, let's listen in to her.
I saw it on TikTok. They were like, they talk about pretty privilege, but they don't talk about pretty punishment. There's been so many times I've just been counted out, and I know that it's behind animosity. I know it's because of a hidden agenda, but it makes me work harder. But this has happened like my whole life. So it's like what I deal with in the industry is just different face, same case.
All right, let's talk about it.
Okay, like you got as far as you did, I feel, like because of your looks, you know, light skinned girl, you have a nice body, you went and got some things done to your body, things like that, not hating on you at all. Like I said, I liked your song. I used to play that all the time. That's my type. That's my type. I like that song. But when it came time to perform that song, it was just like, okay. And she would perform and it'd be like, girl, what is you doing? Like she wasn't a good performer. People just didn't like her music. People just didn't like her. People liked her on Instagram. They liked seeing her do brand deals and things like that. But they didn't see her for her as a rapper. You got competition out here, sweetheart. And what are you trying to say? That the other girls are ugly? I think Nicki Minaj is nice looking. I mean, I'll give her, I'll put her high up there. She's not ugly. She's definitely not. But when I think of the pretty girls, I'm thinking of Drea. I'm thinking of Beyonce. I'm thinking of Destiny Ryan. I'm thinking of Kelly Rowland, things like people like that. I don't think of like, and all the women out there are pretty. All of them are the same. They all have glam teams that do their nails, do their makeup. They get the best estheticians, the best eyebrow waxers, the best waxers, whatever. I mean, it's not like you're going to come out in this day and age and become a star looking like Boo Boo the Fool or who did it and what for. You're going to come out with the best lace fronts. You're going to have your nails done, pedicures. You're going to have somebody doing everything for you. You're going to have somebody to make sure you look A1 because it's all about the visual. So I don't know where she comes off saying it's because I'm pretty, I'm being punished. Girl, cut it out. Good music is good music. And if you have good music, people don't care what you look like. You know what I mean? Back in the day, all they had was the radio. All they had was a radio, and then their appearances when they came out. They had appearances, but they didn't have. And sometimes they would be able to get on like the Ed Sullivan Show and places like that. The girls are not bringing nothing new to the table. There's no personality associated with music. Last rap girl that gave drama that is something special attached to her was Megan the Hot Girl Summer Agenda. I absolutely, Giselle. Megan had that court case with Tory. I think maybe that's why Cardi used her court case right now. I think everything that she's been doing, like even her throwing the pen at the reporter, I think that was just all for clicks and views. Even the way she was on the stand, I think it was a whole farce. All that was being used to help with this album rollout. Good night, Cancer 66. I appreciate you for tuning in. Sweet dreams, Mom. See, duh. Have a good night, honey. Like drama, absolutely. Like drama is what sells. Like when these people, good or bad, if they have a lot of drama attached to their names, they're gonna get a lot of attention, and people are gonna want to come look at their profiles on their Instagrams. They're gonna check them out on Twitter, and then if they see, oh, they got an album coming out, oh, let me see what it sounds like. Even if they're just going on there to hate. Like you could just be scrolling down their timeline and then something will start playing, right? Right, she is a drama after all, right. Who's following increased on TikTok and Instagram? Megan's? I like that bow next to your name, by the way, Giselle. I should do that with me. You know what I should do? I'm going to see if I can do it. I'm going to see if I can put a money bag next to my name. Oh, Cardi. Cardi on Instagram and TikTok. And that's another thing. She's been going live a lot. Like she's been showing up. She's been going on live. She's been posting. She's been going nonstop. And that's what you have to do to keep yourself out there. It's not just even her. Like if you want to break out as an artist, as an author, you have to put in the work. If you see somebody like Cardi B really getting out there and getting in the field, then you know if you're a nobody, and by nobody, I don't mean that you don't matter. I just mean nobody knows you, right? So if nobody knows who you are, then you got to work twice as hard to get yourself out there. She's the most famous rapper on, let me see, on Instagram and TikTok. Let me see. Cardi has a lot of followers on, oh, yep, she's at 163 million. She has a lot of followers also on Twitter as well. Uh, Shoot, when Nicki Minaj was trying to sell those fingernails, she was on TikTok Shop. Okay, Cardi has 29.6 million on TikTok. I like to have my other phone with me so I could just I can look things up and okay, yeah, she has more than Nicki Minaj. And where is Nicki Minaj at right now? Like Nicki is too quiet for words. Why is Nicki so uh quiet right now? Like Nicki ain't said a word. Like the silence is deafening. Sorry, you guys. I had to drink some water. I was in a car commuting for a long time, and my voice got dry today. Let me see. I think she has something up her sleeve. You know what? Cardi took a lot of those album covers for her for this album last year when she was pregnant with Blossom. Cardi was trying to come out last year, but she said she was having a hard time, I guess, with the divorce from Offset. She was going through a lot. She was having writer's block, dot, dot, dot. But I feel like she did the album cover last year. The album cover has been done. And she said that she was ready to release. Remember, she said she was coming out last year. She said she was coming out. But I think what happened was she didn't feel like she had. Yeah, she said she was depressed last year. I feel like she didn't have a strong enough album. And she said that. People were like, why didn't you just come out when you had WAP and you had Up? Those are number ones. Like, and I'm like, that was crazy not to release her album then. But then she got pregnant. Cardi said it took her like 5 months to do Imaginary Players. I think because Cardi's strong accent, it takes her a long time to record a song. That's number one. Number two, I feel like she didn't have a strong enough album, or they didn't feel that she had an album worth of hits like she did with Invasion of Privacy. So that's why she didn't come out until now. And now it's like, I don't think she has the hits. I think that she probably had more hits than ever with WAP and Up. Those two would have carried the album. So it is what it is. But where the heck is Nicki? They said Nicki was looking to drop the same time that Cardi dropped. When she dropped Pink Friday 2, she was looking to drop her album right at Cardi's, right with Cardi so that they could compete. But that's why she kept pushing back her album, but Cardi never dropped. So, one thing about Nicki Minaj, she learned. She learned from her mistakes. It took her a minute because her pride was getting in the way. But Invasion of Privacy would not have sold like it did without Nicki Minaj coming out and beefing with Cardi B. Without the public uh, making it a beef between the two, Invasion of Privacy would not have sold. And she's been saying little things, and even on this album, on this last song, Imaginary Player, she was like, I'm not that other girl, you gotta pay me double. Right? Who else was she talking about? Who else was she talking about? I think she was talking about Nicki Minaj. That was a shot at Nicki Minaj. And Nicki Minaj was smart enough not to respond. Because if she had responded, it would have been an uproar and bingo bango, checkmate. So she's starting to get that. She's starting to see that these girls are using her for their rollouts. It benefits them more to fight with Nicki than it does for Nicki to fight with them, because Nicki has already had a long run. She had a 10-year head start, and it doesn't matter what she comes out with. People, the public, it's not really on her side, and the reason is because many of them have already grown, have already gotten used to Nicki Minaj. They want her to see, they want her to have competition just for the sport of it, right? Like, if it's only one person doing something, after a while, you're gonna be like, okay, well, who's next? Who else is out there? Like, I want to hear something else. It's not that you don't like that person. Like when Cardi came out, I was like, oh, I want these two to beef. When Remy came home, I was like, oh, I want to see these two beef because it's a sport of rap. Rap is all about being braggadocious. It's all about competing and beefing and on wax though, not hurting each other on wax, like what Kendrick and Drake did. But Drake got totally annihilated, and now he can't let it go, and he feels so embarrassed and humiliated because he just knew he had more fans than Kendrick, and that's what would take him through. And in the past, that worked. Hey, Layla. Hey, friend. Thanks for tuning in. How are you doing tonight, lady? Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you coming back. Tonight, we're talking about female rap, and if we think female rap is here to stay, that's the discussion tonight. But I feel like that's why so many people were rooting for Cardi. Not even so much against Nicki, but they just wanted to see somebody else win for a change. Nicki came on the scene and she was able to get rid of Lil Kim. She was able to shut her down. She was able to shut down Iggy Azalea. She had a brief, small beef with Remy. After that beef with Remy, Remy was done. Sheether was like, oh my God, I can't believe she said that. And that lasted all of 10 minutes. And then Nicki took her time responding. And then uh, what did Remy do? She dropped another song. And Nicki had so many fans, and Remy, her next song wasn't really that good. So Nicki didn't really have to do much to get her out of the way. You feel like she would outsell her again? Hits went number one. Hits went number one because of the beef with Nicki. And Nicki was on a rampage. Nicki crashed all the way out and was on it for like 3 or 4 days. Nicki even basically just gave out her whole song before she released it. So, that was the crash out of the year. That crash out is what preempted Drake and Kendrick's beef. It was like everybody was beefing. Drake and Kendrick, Chris Brown and Quavo, Nicki and Megan. It was a lot. It was a lot. And Nicki saw what happened. People want Nicki to lose. And then that song was just whatever anyway. His was just whatever. It was number 1 week, and then it went nowhere after that. The whole thing was, okay, she was dissing Nicki and she was dissing Drake. That song came and went, and that was her only number one by herself. She never had a number one by herself, except for the number one she had with Cardi for WAP. And it came and went. It came and it went. And so Nicki learned from that. And she said as much. She said, look, when JT came out, I guess Nicki was, feeling some type of way because she was doing all these features for like JT and Ice Spice, and she wanted, her piece of the pie. She wanted to be on her mogul stuff. And these girls were getting her to do these features, and then she felt like, okay, I'm being used. I actually want a percentage. I actually want, like, are you to sign with me? And then when they didn't do that, she was like, no, you're not going to use my fan base. You're not going to use the Barbs. And she was shut it down. She was saying so many words, look, we're not doing that. We're not owning that. And if I see you over there, and if I see you bringing those people up, I'm going to block you. We're not on that wave. They did. And, she didn't explain why, but I figure that's why something happened behind the scenes with Ice Spice, because she had crowned Ice Spice the princess of rap. Let me see. Yeah, Little Kim and Remy Ma both was watched because of Nicki. The Barbs, the Barbs don't play about Nicki. That's one thing for sure. Barbs, that's Nicki Minaj. Barbs, they doxing people over this drama. Oh no, that's not okay. What numbers? How did Mamushi do? Over 1 billion streams. I didn't like Mamushi, but I saw what it was worth. It was okay. Mamushi, I see that it went viral, and it was different. You know, but it was just okay. And you know, Megan dropped a few releases after that, like three or four. Which one is Everything Bigger in Texas? I like that. I like the beat. I like how she rode on it. I like the video. Chef's Kiss. But it didn't do too well. Everything's Bigger in Texas. I like that song. I think that was the best song Meg dropped since she first came out. I liked Megan when she first came out, when she was like, I can be with uh I'm big I don't want to say the curse words. I like that one. And I also like Big Old Freak, Big Bitty Bitty Old Treat. So I liked her songs. And I liked how she twerked and all of that, because it was like, girl, you really doing your stuff. But now I'm over the twerking stuff. Megan 2 act down. Yeah, Giselle. You know, but Nicki, I feel like Nicki is letting this roll out play itself out, and I think that she doesn't want to be a part of the rollout. If Nicki comes out and says anything that Cardi could latch onto, Cardi is going to sink her teeth into it, and Cardi is ready. Cardi says she's not with the beef no more. She doesn't want to beef anymore. She's older. She's over it. But then at the same time, it's am I the drama? Then at the same time, I'm getting at all the girls. So no. If Nicki were to come out and start popping it, Cardi can't wait. That's gonna, because she feels like that's going to help sell her album. Even Offset hasn't been saying anything. He's been like, oh yeah, I think she's gonna do good. I know she's gonna do good. He hasn't said anything more bad. He hasn't said anything else about her. One, because I know he feels like it's not. You like Megan too? I like her. I think she's cool. I think she's cool, but I don't like all of her music. I like some of her songs. And even on the songs I don't like, I feel like Megan is an A1 rapper. I feel like she can get with Nicki. I feel like when it comes to rap skills, I feel like her and Nicki can go bar for bar. Cardi, not really. Cardi doesn't write, and Cardi has doesn't really have the stamina or it's her English speaking that kind of like puts her at a disadvantage too. So I don't think that she could do as well as Megan. But Cardi Cardi's the total package. She has the beauty, she has the look, she has the personality. She has a lot of things that the other girls don't have. They don't have the fashion, they don't have the look, they don't have the charisma. So that's what keeps Cardi out there. But like I said, Nicki understands now. She understands to keep quiet when people, especially the people that she's beefing with or having a rollout, she's learned to quit to keep quiet. But I just feel like she's gonna drop, as some people have been saying that. That's what I thought when I saw Lourdes. I thought that. I thought that was Nicki's artist. Yeah, Cardi does have hits. That can't be denied. She has 5 number 1s, right? And they said all the songs on her album went platinum or better. So we cannot deny that. Let me see. But from the features on Cardi's album, I feel like it's gonna be, I think there's gonna be a lot of Spanish tracks. She said there's something on there, a little bit of everything. So I don't know. We'll see. We will see, and it will be interesting to see if Nicki has something coming out right around the time she releases. I don't think she's gonna release on Friday. If she released on Friday, she would definitely step on uh, Cardi's release, and that would send everybody into a frenzy. I would be shocked if she has that coming. I think that Cardi would know if she has something coming. Like they know because they have insiders in the industry that's letting them know somebody snitching, an engineer, somebody is going to tell it. Nobody's going to, not tell that. But yeah, Nicki is just awfully quiet. Um, Gossip in the City on Instagram said that um, Nicki has been having a feud with her husband, that she actually kicked him out, that they were going through some domestic issues. So I don't know what to say about that. I'm thinking that she's going to come out with more features as well. I don't feel like those are it. Because, and then Cardi said, well, I did ask for features. I did ask other people, but people changed their minds. She was like, just like a lot of people don't believe in me, some people in the industry don't believe in me. I don't know if that's true or not. This album is going to be huge, if nothing else, for the fact that people are going to be curious. People are going to want to hear the music and compare and compete and all that different things. All the reactors are going to be reviewing her album. No, Cardi is on Young Thug's album. Hmm. Young Thug is coming out that night too. So it's gonna be interesting to see, Giselle. And I'm not gonna don't be shocked if Nicki Minaj tries to steal Cardi's thunder and drops on Friday as well. Do not be shocked if Nicki Minaj drops between this Friday and next Friday. Do not be shocked if she doesn't drop. Nicki hasn't been saying anything these last couple weeks. She's on mute, like all the way on mute. The last time Nicki posted was on, let me see. The last time she posted is for that challenge, that high school challenge. Nicki hasn't posted in over 45 days. 24, let me see. 40 days. 40 days and 40 nights. It's been 40 days and 40 nights since Nicki Minaj has posted on Instagram or Twitter. Where is Nicki Minaj? The last time she went that long without posting, she was pregnant, right? And she was but she still started posting again here and there. Nicki, since she's released her album Pink Friday 2, she has not been out that long. Doja's at number 50 right now, Giselle. I think, oh yeah, that's right. Not this Friday, but next Friday. Yeah, she's dropping. Doja didn't sell too many of her last album, Scarlet. Um, her little song, not her little song, but her song is doing okay right now. But I don't think she has more than 100K. You know. But yeah, I want to see that. I think that would be a big kahunas if Nicki came out on Friday. Even if she just released a track, just release a banging track. I think that would be so dope. I think that would be some good competition. I don't want Nicki to wait until next week. You've been talking all this mess. You've been telling Cardi to get in the booth, and you said you still ain't over what she did to you by throwing that shoe. Get out there in the field and show what you're worth. Drop an album. Drop an album on Friday, right when she drops her album, and then let the public show you who they want the most. But it could be a career ender for one of them if they both did that, right? Nicki could probably forever lose her status. That would be very that would, I don't know, that would kind of be like with Drake and Kendrick. That would be playing Russian roulette with her career, because Drake got out there at Kendrick and Kendrick played him like a fiddle. Kendrick had him right in his crosshairs the whole time, and He annihilated him. You know what? I haven't really been listening to Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey, what's going on with Mariah Carey? Why doesn't she? Why does she walk out and just stand in one space? And like, if she can't dance with heels, or if she can't sing and dance, she needs to chill out. The pure cells are 42. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. Like I said, if she outdoes Pink Friday 2, I will be back with a review. And I'm gonna do it Saturday. I'm gonna do it Saturday morning. I'm gonna listen to it Friday night. I'm gonna listen to it once in my headphones. I'm gonna listen to it all the way through. And then I'm gonna listen to it again, like while I'm getting ready for the day. I'm gonna listen to the album again, because listening to an album in your car or in your earphones is a different experience, right, than just turning on your TV or turning on the radio. And then I like listening to albums when I'm doing something else, like when I'm getting ready or cleaning up, because you're not paying attention. Then it catches your ear, right? So we're going to see. I have my pajama party this coming Saturday, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. If you don't have your pajamas, go get your pajamas. I got mine from Walmart. I got a cute little two-piece set. I did a short about it a couple of days ago. So if you watched the short, one of those sets that I showed, I chose those pajamas. So have your pajamas. Be ready to play games. I'm going to give away some money. So be ready for that. Um, get your snacks ready. I'm going to do like my frozen grapes. I'm probably going to do some like party wings, maybe some honey chipotle party wings. I made that this week and it was really good. I'll probably also do some more corn ribs. I'm going to be snacking on some stuff. I'm going to do like a refresher with fresh water and ice. And I'm going to put mint and probably strawberries and lemons and things like that. It's going to be good. It's going to be a good time. Giselle, you're doing the most for your girl. Giselle says she just bought a music system for this album. She loved Cardi. Did you buy? Are you going to her concert? Will you be going to her concert, Giselle? She's dropping the track list on IG tomorrow. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. What do I gotta do tomorrow? I feel like I got something to do tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday though. Like this week feels like it's moving so fast. So yeah, moving on from Cardi and Nicki. I like a lot of the young little girls. Well, they're little girls compared to me. I'm auntie over here. I'm auntie, and I'm over here checking out what the teeny boppers are listening to, or the young crowd is listening to. But not just me. YK Niece, Bunna B, Pluto, they've had TikTok on fire this summer. You got one time to mess with me, the second time to boo, and I hate to say it, listen up, girl, is you cool? Like, is you cool, girl? I love Pluto. I love Wham, Wham. Girl, we do it big. Big Pluto, like what the? Sliding down, Ashby with the brew, you know we deepest. Hey, that was my song this summer. Like every time it came on, like if you put it on right now, I'm turning it up. I'm turning it up. I like Pluto's mixtape, both ways. I liked mostly every song on that. Every song. Um, I think that she definitely had the song of the summer with Win Whammy. Oh, she's not coming to Indonesia. Oh, that's unfortunate, but at least you can listen to her music. What time is it over there in Indonesia? Giselle, and thanks for tuning in from Indonesia. That's so dope. It's so dope how we can all come together and be on one accord on these internet streets. Like we can be in different countries, on different continents. I love that. And I love, Giselle, that me and you have been able to have a conversation tonight and you say what you feel and I say what I feel and it won't be any animosity or, we're just vibing. The way K-pop is outdoing rap culture and pop music general needs to be studied. Yes, they're doing their thing. Um, I didn't recognize a few artists. Is it Cat's Eye? Are they K-pop? Cat's Eye, and then there was a couple of others. I don't know. I think maybe they were K-pop too. But yes, they're doing their thing. Koreans, they have been heavily into hip hop for a long time. You know, for a long time, and that's cool. I like that. I like everything that's new out right now. Sometimes you, as a fan of music, you have your faves. I have, if I'm gonna listen to anything by anyone, it's gonna be R&B. It's going to be R&B from the '90s, first of all. I may do some from the '80s, may do some from the new millennium, but if I listen to music, it's always going to be R&B and gospel. Gospel gets played heavily in my ride, heavily in my house. When I wake up in the morning, I sing to God. I'm singing gospel songs, so um, I'm a big fan of gospel. It's 10:30 a.m. It's a whole nother day. Wow. It's dark here. It's 8:43 p.m. So it's nighttime here. I'm on my way to bed, and you're just starting your day. That is cool. Giselle, follow me. Subscribe to my channel. Let me see if I can follow you too. I like you. I think you're cool people. And I like that. I like when somebody is cool and can express themselves and debate back and forth without arguing or getting their butt hurt or getting butt hurt by something that I say. I don't, because I have strong opinions and sometimes they may differ from yours. However, it's no hard feelings. Everything is influenced by black culture and roots, K-pop, pop. Hey, that's what they say. Rock and roll, all of that. That's what they say. But I think music is music. It's all love. It's all love. There's no reason to, oh, this person started this person started that. It's all love. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm really into the new music that's out. YK Niece, she's all over TikTok right now. The guys and the girlies are feeling YK Niece. She has that song out right now. How does it go? I'm tired, y'all. Forgive me. But how does that song go? Hey, Jackie. Thanks for tuning in. How are you doing tonight? I'm doing pretty well, Jackie. I'm just wrapping up my night. I've been on here 2 hours. I didn't think I would last this long. I'm tired, but I'm not quite ready to go to sleep. You know how that is? And it's like 9 o'clock. I think I do good when I go to sleep at 10. Because sometimes I be ready to go to bed at 8. I'm not even going to lie. But if I go to bed around 10, I stay asleep longer, I feel like. But I'm going to go to bed pretty soon because I want to wake up and work out. I haven't been working out. And my niece, she's into sports. She played high school basketball played college basketball. And today she was telling me, look, if you haven't been working out a lot, it's going to hurt. She said, your body is going to hurt. And I was like, yeah, that's exactly what's been happening because I've been hurting. She's like, you're going to hurt. You're not going to feel good. She said, until you just keep doing it and conditioning yourself. So I guess I'm not in good condition because, man, I've been losing weight and trying to work out, but so I'm gonna go to bed early. I'm gonna go to bed in a little bit. I'm gonna get off of here, but you went to sleep earlier. Yeah, I've been on here 2 hours. I've been doing a lot of 3 hour and 4 hour lives. I've been talking about Peach McIntyre. I actually had a Peach McIntyre live planned for tonight, but I want to switch it up over here. I'm still trying to build my audience and build my community over here. So I want to see what's working, what's resonating with audiences, what they want to see, what they want to hear. And I don't want to get stuck on one person or do one thing too much because I'm not a Peach McIntyre reactor. I do have opinions on different things. And so, sometimes I might have a huge opinion on something that she's doing. And I don't want to just make it up or force it just to have something to talk about with her. Number one. And number two, I got a lot of stuff to talk about and a lot of things to tell you guys about. So I want you guys to be able to hear that and determine what you like and what you don't like. And the only way I know that is by the numbers. So if I'm on here and I got somebody like Giselle who's talking with me, I'm going to talk. You just came back from a major exam? Yes, that goes with if you don't use it, you use it. I am starting back with exercising with hands. That's good. With the bands, I have some bands, but I don't know. I think I might, honestly, I think I need to do baby steps because I had the weights. I was doing the weights and they would feel good. One day I did an hour workout with weights. I felt good. But when I tell you, later on that week, my whole body was hurting, Jackie. Oh my gosh, it was hurting for like 2 weeks. And my doctor was like, you need to take vitamin D if you're going to be working out. He said, because last year was pretty low. He said, that might, if you don't take vitamin D, your bones will hurt. So, so I'm going to take some, I got the vitamin D, I got the iron, but I hate the way vitamins taste. So, but I am going to get into the vitamin D and the iron pills because I need both. And I'm going to start taking them for a few days actually. And then maybe by Monday, I can start working out after I get the vitamins built up in my body. Yes, people will say a lot of people come to support me. I appreciate everybody who comes to my channel to support me. That means the world to me. Support means more to me than people liking it because if people support you, they're going to stop by and actually listen and pay attention just because they like you. And I like people to like me and support me. But you're right, Jackie. I like people to like the content as well. And when people are coming in the chat, YouTube is going to shoot it out more and more and more, and then more people will come in. Um, and sometimes you have to hang on in there for that 2 hour stretch because that's when more people start to come in. But I just, want to start getting known for my content more and more and, building those relationships with people and those supporters. I got my hair done. Was getting my hair done this week. I had to go take care of some business today. So, but tomorrow I'll probably be back with the video camera on. And my forehead looks so big right now. I don't know why my forehead looks super big. It's like, I don't know. But, yeah, I'm going to take off my makeup and start to get ready for bed. But, yeah, if you haven't checked out those artists, YK Needs, Pluto, Blunna B had the Summer's Back Again. That song kind of went viral. I see a lot of the athletes are really into YK Niece and they're doing her dance. She's seen that song. Where does it go? Dang. I've been singing the song all day and now I can't get it. But now it was on TikTok going viral and now it is on YouTube going viral. But yeah, so check out those Atlanta artists, YK Niece and Pluto. They're younger, but I feel like they have a different sound. I feel like a group of girls will come out every year with a different sound, right? And then they'll do okay, and then all of a sudden, you don't really hear from them anymore. Right? And then you have the old artists jumping on and doing features with them. So, yeah. I need more makeup remover. Ugh. Gotta make sure I take off my earrings and everything. But yeah, how are you guys feeling tonight? And how did you guys like the live? Give me a few hearts in the chat if you like the live tonight and if you want to hear more about this. And also, or hear more lives like this one. Also, let me know if you want a Peach McIntyre live next, or if you want me to do my next live about being feminine and listening to or paying attention to our elders and the ones who came before us and what they have to offer. Let me know which live you would like to hear next. I'll probably do it earlier tomorrow. Um, Giselle, it'll probably be Friday already for you. I'm being facetious, but let me know in the chat what you want to hear tomorrow or what you want to see me do tomorrow. Because you won't just be hearing me, I'll actually be on, I'll have the video camera on. And I'm going to have a good show. I'm going to have a whole outline. And we go however long we go. I'm probably going to come on at 10 a.m. Pacific time tomorrow. So you guys can catch me then if you're at work and you just want to listen in. If you're at home getting your work done. If you're out Ubering. Whatever you're doing, I'll be on here tomorrow, bright and early, live, doing my thing. So, and I don't know, it might be about Peach. I don't know. I might do two lives. It depends on how I feel. I might do one. I might do two different ones. I don't know. It depends. It depends on how much I'm talking. Okay. I think I got all that makeup off. So yeah. Let me see. Okay. Have a blessed night, Layla. Thanks for tuning in. I'm about to get my sleep too, girl. It's 9 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. I got to get my rest too. Thank you all for tuning in. Replay gang, thank you for watching the replay. I appreciate you for stopping by. Be sure to leave a comment so that I know that you stopped by and so that I can respond. The rest of you who have tuned in, if you were in the bushes, if you were engaging, Giselle, you held me down tonight, girl. M3, Cancer 66, I appreciate and I love all of you guys. God bless and sleep well. You guys have a great night tonight. Until tomorrow.